very in-depth article in New York Books, Reckless in Riyadh, excellent exposition of the Saudi-American relationship going back to 1945, the USS Quincy, when the Saudi king brought live sheep for roasting on deck and his astrologer, and the American president introduced the 70-year-old king to ice cream and movies. The Pax Americana, the fact it suited both of them. Bruce Riedel, an advisor to on the Middle East to 4 presidents, has noted that the sole instance of an American leader pressing the Saudis for internal change occurred in 1962, when at the urging of John F. Kennedy, then Crown Prince Faisal reformed the judiciary, introduced free healthcare and education, and abolished slavery. Saying the White House has long directly overseen the US-Saudi relationship, but saying this long-running accommodation may be crumbling as a result of the rise to power of the impetuous Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Carter Doctrine, it would be difficult to overstate Saudi reliance on the US security guarantee despite the country's slow push to remove US forces from the kingdom following the terrorist attack on a US Air Force barracks near Dhahran Air Base in 1996. As the scholar Will McCants remarked, when it comes to Islamic extremism, the Saudis are both the arsonists and the firefighters. Interesting, isn't that? Unlike many princes of his generation and even the preceding one, MBS has been schooled entirely in Saudi Arabia. Appointed Minister of Defense in January 2015, made second in line to the throne. Thomas Friedman, much to his embarrassment, got completely sold on it. Well, so did many others. And basically talking about the Iranian issue, the fact that they're pumping money into the Sudanese military to help keep it put down the demonstrations that toppled Omar al-Bashir. The Yemen campaign, which essentially has not worked and has failed. And saying that, he is at risk because he's moved against his own princes. He's at risk from those guys as well. Well worth reading this article. It's lengthy and in full. I wrote about it on 8th of April. I said the petrodollar economy was symbolically born on February the 14th, 1945, when King Abdulaziz ibn Saud of Saudi Arabia met with President Franklin D. Roosevelt aboard the USS Quincy in Great Bitter Lake. And that in 21st century geopolitics, the petrodollar is the granddaddy of all geopolitical red lines. I quoted Brzezinski, who said the 3 grand imperatives of imperial geostrategy are to prevent collusion, maintain security dependence among the vassals, keep the tributaries pliant and protected, and keep the barbarians from coming together. The oil economy is a very big deal. If you look at the amount of derivatives traded, the cash market, the fact that more than 85 million barrels are sprouting up into the air every day, and a huge rustle of money comes down. It's one of the biggest cash spigots around. And that threats by any nation to undermine the petrodollar are viewed by Washington as tantamount to a declaration of war against the USA. Of course, MBS is the alleged owner of Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi, which is a painting of Christ as Salvator Mundi, the Savior of the world, dated to circa 1500. And then I've written about Saudi Arabia before. In November 2017, I was saying that he launched this war in the Yemen. It's not winnable in my view, and that the degree of paranoia in his head is expressed by this comment: how can I communicate with them while they prepare for the arrival of Al-Mahdi al-Montazar? And I said, in all the history books I've read, it's probably wisest to operate on one front, not 2, and certainly not 3.